NBA YoungBoy's criminal history, a timeline detailing the rap sensation's run-ins with the law. Even in the absence of chart-topping singles and rumored baby mothers, YoungBoy Never Broke Again knows how to make a splash. At this point, the celebrity rapper is almost as well known for his run-ins with the law as he is for his emotionally tormented lyrics. In fact, that was part of what got his career began in the first place. Kentrell DeSean Gaulden has collected a variegated criminal record, which he has largely contested. With his suspected unlawful behavior finding him in hot water yet again, we take a look at what has landed the Baton Rouge, Louisiana native in such a difficult limelight over the years. Robbery, first arrest, in 2015. You may have heard about NBA's arrest last week, but that incident, which will be discussed shortly, is a blip on the radar when compared to his arrest record. YoungBoy caught his first ever charge in 2015. This run-in with the law was the result of him committing a robbery when he was just 15 years old. While some gangsta rap artists claimed criminal behavior blurs the lines between life and art, fans can draw a straight connection between his first arrest and his introduction to rap. While imprisoned on this conviction in Tallulah, Louisiana, YoungBoy put pen to paper and began a rap career based on his turbulent existence. These early observations would create the foundation for his now famous 2015 first mixtape, Life Before Fame. Despite the fact that his acerbic demeanor may have contributed to the charges brought against him, YoungBoy spoke of the time in a humble manner during an interview with The Fader, saying, "I had been rapping, but I used to hide that shit." He went on to say, "I was scared, not for sure about myself, playing with my craft." Following a 6-month period of development and self-discovery, a criminal court judge ruled in NBA's favor, enabling him to continue into early adulthood with his freedom intact. November 2016, homicide attempt. On November 28, 2016, YoungBoy was arrested at a performance where he was due to perform in possibly the most apt metaphor for his life's difficult junction of business and personal interests. The arrest in Austin, Texas, stemmed from law enforcement's allegation that YoungBoy had aggressively shot weapons into a crowd via drive-by just weeks before in Baton Rouge. The arrest came at an especially bad moment for YoungBoy, who had recently turned 17 and was thus able to stand trial as an adult. Prosecutors appear to have been able to construct a vivid enough picture of prospective punishments to break YoungBoy's obstinate thinking, as he not only paid a $50,000 post-conviction bond, but also accepted a deal to plead guilty and cooperate with investigators in exchange for a less harsh jail sentence. YoungBoy was charged with 2 charges of attempted first-degree murder, and received only 9 months in prison and 3 years of probation, a slap on the wrist compared to the maximum of 40 years in prison he might have received under Texas state law. Because the prosecutor's reasoning is not completely known on a public scale, it is unknown if how much NBA will be fined. YoungBoy assisted prosecutors by supplying information on 2 of the other alleged drive-by shooters. The whole 9 in February 2018. This is when things become more contentious. While most teenagers would recoil at the prospect of a 40-year prison sentence, YoungBoy displayed no qualms about doubling down on both his musical and criminal professions. His rap success grew as he released more hit songs and lucrative ventures, and he even signed with media behemoth Atlantic Records. Despite the groundbreaking success of songs like Untouchable, authorities appear to have been unimpressed, as he was jailed on an outstanding warrant for fighting against arrest on weapons possession, kidnapping, and assault charges. The last 2 charges stemmed in part from an altercation captured on video in a hotel corridor, in which YoungBoy brutally abuses his girlfriend, Jania Jackson, before dragging her into a hotel room. With this, NBA YoungBoy was only in jail for 1 month until he paid his $75,000 bond. Despite the fact that the incident occurred more than 2 years ago, the couple only recently divorced, with NBA ultimately receiving a plea deal in December for simple battery family violence and an agreement to pay a $1,500 fine and complete an anger management course. When the video was originally released, Jackson rushed to social media to claim that the two were just having fun. But the public opinion on the subject remains divided. Attempt on his life in May 2019. There was a lot of turmoil between February 2018 and May 2019, but for now, we're focusing on what YoungBoy was charged with. For what it's worth, the reason he was arrested was a doozy. It happened rapidly on May 13th, just outside the Trump International Beach Resort. YoungBoy was supposedly targeted by a shooter because of a feud with T. Grizzly. He was unharmed, but his ex-girlfriend Kaylin Marie Long was. YoungBoy's bodyguard was also present and engaged in combat with his assailant. Stray bullets from the exchange reached long distances and injured a 5-year-old boy who survived, as well as Mohammed Dradi, 43, who died. Dradi's death was not publicly linked to NBA alone, nor was his bodyguard charged because he was cleared of acting in self-defense, but being involved in such a terrible incident was considered a violation of YoungBoy's probation. He was sentenced to 3 months in prison as a result of this. Following the completion of his sentence, another court extended his probation for the attempted homicide counts. NBA took this as a cue to do what anyone would do, following a failed assassination attempt: flee the state. September 2020. Weapons and drugs. If anything, it appeared that NBA YoungBoy was thriving in the absence of legal trouble, as his mixtape 38 Baby 2 and studio album Top both debuted at the top of the Billboard charts earlier this year. Nonetheless, he made news again this week after being nabbed in a probable contraband sweep. At least 3 drug and gun charges were filed against NBA, including felony possession of drugs and possession of a stolen firearm. His arrest occurred alongside 15 others when police reacted to a call about people exhibiting firearms and filming themselves. According to Baton Rouge police, the defendants apprehended were Never Broke Again and Bottom Boy Guerrillas gang members. Officers discovered multiple firearms, including an AK-47, as well as hydrocodone, marijuana, digital scales, and Xanax at the site. Furthermore, at the time of his arrest, NBA YoungBoy was found to be in possession of $47,000 in cash. YoungBoy's attorney was quick to mount a zealous defense of his client, declaring, "We still have the Second Amendment in the United States. These black men's rapid imprisonment was illegal because it violated their constitutional rights." Law enforcement searches that followed were likewise illegal. Despite the illegal searches, no firearms or controlled hazardous substances were discovered on Mr. Gaulden's person or in his immediate control. Mr. Gaulden believes he is innocent of the charges against him and plans to defend himself as such. 2021-2022. Federal firearm charge in California and federal firearm and drug charge in Baton Rouge. Gaulden was arrested on March 22, 2021, in Los Angeles, by federal officials in September 2020. Officers attempted to stop a vehicle carrying Gaulden in order to serve the warrant, but Gaulden fled on foot. Gaulden was arrested on federal guns charges following a search that included the use of a police dog. He was released from jail on $1.5 million bail on October 26, 2021. Following YoungBoy's arrest in Baton Rouge in September 2020, while filming a music video, Gaulden's team filed a petition to suppress the weapon obtained during the arrest, as well as video and photo evidence via an SD card from the video shoot for Chopper City on February 24, 2022. On March 2, 2022, the motion to suppress the video evidence was granted, while the motion to suppress the firearm was denied. Following Gaulden's victory, a May 16, 2022 trial date was set. However, it was later pushed out. After filing for evidence removal, Gaulden's side won a pretrial motion in June 2022. On July 15, 2022, Gaulden was found not guilty of his federal firearms charges from California, due to a lack of evidence linking him to intentionally possessing the weapons found. Baton Rouge, federal firearm charge, 2023, present. On March 9, 2023, the prosecution team filed a motion to contest Gaulden's petition to suppress the video and photo evidence, which they won in March 2022. It was stated that the 3-judge panel would make a decision in the coming weeks. On March 15, 2023, it was revealed that Judge Shelley Dick had relaxed Gaulden's home arrest conditions. 2 conditions have been eliminated from the report. For starters, Gaulden would be able to have more than 3 visitors at once without a curfew. Gaulden's defense filed a move in November 2023 to change his pretrial terms owing to police corruption. Later that month, Gaulden was denied an extension of his house detention due to his worsening mental health and dropping album sales. Based on U.S. Attorney William K. Morris, Gaulden's current conditions of pretrial release prevent him from seeking and receiving mental health treatment. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and put all notifications on for the following videos.